good news is nothing's broken. None of those ribs snapped, and there's nothing to suggest any organ damage. You don't want any of that, trust me. But you do have some hairline fracturing on the left side of your rib cage, and that's going to hurt quite a bit for the next week or two. These things usually take a month to 6 weeks to heal altogether. In the meantime, be careful not to get bumped around your ribs. Certainly don't let anyone hit you, okay? Over-the-counter painkillers are fine. Now, we did see in the x-ray that you seem to have swallowed that tooth you lost. It should pass in a day or so be prepared. The doctor's given me some oral disinfectant for you. You should try to rinse with it every few hours. You can just rest here for a while until you're feeling well enough.
So I should see the other guy, right? Your nurse didn't seem too concerned about you. No insurance.
Nothing to insure.
No social?
Social?
SSN. Some people put it on forms. A real-life John Doe. I can see you were beaten, brutalized. My card.
Donald Bouchard. Office manager?
That's right. We're having a meeting for potential recruits. Why not come by?
It's hard to imagine I look anything like a potential recruit.
What do you want me to say? You want honesty? I believe in people's potential.
Even those of us with only potential can have our turns.
Like what?
I only work for cash.
So here's the thing. I only pay cash.
A meeting, huh?
Thank you for coming. I have a number of jobs available that I may offer you. From what I've gathered, and from what I see from looking around the room, they're jobs you'll want. Now the terms are pretty straightforward. You do what I tell you to do, I pay you. Okay? That's it. I'm not going to ask you to give 110%. I'm not going to ask you to think outside any boxes. For your part, the only thing I expect you to care about is the money at the end of the week. So let me be extremely clear. I don't want to dress this up and make it any more pretty than it is. From 9 to 5, your basic mental functions belong to me. Think of it as subletting. Now, in case you're imagining medical experiments, no. I'm talking about filing, copying, some stapling, ordinary office work. We've been going through the prologue here. So let's get to chapter 1. It's called Rules. Actually, it's the only chapter. It's a short story called Rules. It's a poem with one word, rules. Now I should tell you that I fire people often and easily. And these rules go into effect as I say them, so please do listen carefully. The first rule is no talking. Do not talk at work. You speak when spoken to, by me. The second rule is no phones. There are no telephones in the office. Do not bring one.
What about emergencies?
My dear, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your intelligence?
I don't know. Why?
Because at times, perhaps, a lack of self-delusion can provide a measure of redemption.
8? 8.5?
Carmen, I'm sorry. You're clearly years from realizing that you broke my first rule. And your friends and family, if you have any, have obviously been too nice to tell you that you're an idiot. You realize I'm going to have to send you away now.
Oh, no, please, Mr. Bouchard.
Yes, Carmen?
Please, don't. I really need the money.
Carmen, you're in financial trouble? I'm shocked. How did this happen?
Well, I left my other job because of creative distances.
Carmen, would you say that you have any expensive tastes?
No.
Okay, so you just need cash. The ball's in your court.
I'll do anything.
A very good idea.
What?
Why don't you tell us all what you do? Were you lying when you said you'd do anything?
What do you want me to say?
You're the one asking for money. Use your imagination. I'm sorry. Are you used to phrasing it in increments of time? Like 100 for an hour? Carmen, it's time for you to leave. You're wasting the smarter people's time. You should go. Now try to listen to the final and most important rule. The final and most important rule is no one comes to the office who doesn't work at the office. Not your boyfriend, not your mother, no one. If this or any other rule is going to be a problem for you, this is the moment to get up and go. Move on, because this just isn't going to be a comfortable situation for you. You each get $50 for the weekend, so you can have something to eat. I want receipts. See you Monday. Don't tell me. Out of luck?
What is this, pocket change? Any bubble gum in there?
Well, that's legal tender.
The fuck you.
It's my income. I told you I didn't have any money, now I do, so I can pay. It won't take long.
Won't take long to have your throat cut either.
Well, then you can decide whether it's worth it to kill me over $2,000 and throw it all away for good. Look, give me a couple months. I'll get your money back with a quarter on top. Get through. Makes sense.
Feeling better?
Better than what?
Well, you have a job. Things are surely looking up.
Things are looking early, Bouchard. That's what they're looking.
You know, you're my favorite kind of employee. I don't think you could believe in anything more abstract than alive and dead. Don't bother. I know how you feel. It's like hearing your own voice played back at you. You think that can't be you. But listen closer. You don't even mind me saying it. I have a second job for you, after hours. There's extra money in it, of course. I want to know what my people are doing after work. I need to know who they talk to and when. If they leave a window open, you should be looking through it. My main concern is the tall girl, Mika. She looks too smart for her own good. Every day I need a report about someone. It doesn't matter who. Act within opportunity. But spread it around. Here, get some breakfast. Work starts in 4 hours.
This is not what I had in mind.
Well, John, everyone in this world has sat where you're sitting right now, and they all had to suck it up.
Not everyone.
Every adult. You should consider yourself lucky to have gotten this far without it. John, do you remember that cute little girl at the meeting? Looked like she had some bad habits. You should consider her your inspiration. Someone taught her how to suck it up a long time ago.
Hey. Oh, can I sit down? From the meeting? Yeah. Sure, sit. Comfort food. Yeah. I need it. I'm Garrett. John.
John, aren't you like, I mean, I don't think I've ever been so nervous starting a job. It's like, I don't know what the hell I'm getting myself into.
Well, I have been in the kind of situations you're probably imagining. This guy Bouchard, he's no criminal. He's not the typical scammer I've seen out there. He tuned into this one scene.
What about the office?
I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. But, I wouldn't worry about it.
Sounds like you've seen a few things.
Yeah, man, I've seen some shit. Enough to make you hate the guy who invented people. No, it's not like that.
So, how long you been?
What?
On your own. Involved in things like this, with people like this.
Just a year?
Where you from?
West a ways?
Well, time to make them donuts. Let me get your tray.
Being paid and
Well, I hadn't paid my rent in a month, but the worst part about it was that I had to catch up, and that was it. It was left in my fridge. And I think
no. I was so poor I couldn't even pay attention. Not funny. Not funny. All right. My name is Casey, and I like cannoli. Who's next? Come on, man. I'm just kidding you. John, right? Do you mind if I ask what you had to do at work today?
Don't really remember.
What, are you planning for a career in politics? Come on, it's not that big a deal. Fess up.
Well, what's to remember? I didn't really understand any of it. It's all blurry, you know? It's like a bunch of legalese and nonsense. There was this one thing where I had to shred some of it and put the rest in a packet marked Attention Department F. That's it.
I had Department F today, but I got that envelope later on.
What do you have to do with it?
What are you so interested in everyone else for?
I'm just interested in people. I think, I've known a lot of people that are just interested in pleasing themselves with a good time. Alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, bullshit crutch. It's not me. I just see it all as a crutch.
So what's a good time that's not a crutch?
Oh, music, yo.
Oh yeah? You play an instrument?
Yeah, guitar, SG. Just like Angus Young.
In a band?
Yeah.
What kind?
Christian punk. I think for me it was just I wanted to do something that would speak to people and say you can take those things inside you, the anger, the frustration, the fear, and you can put those into a positive. You know, you can turn it around on the people that want you to hurt yourself for their own ends.
What's it called? Your band?
Oh, Shut Up and Pray.
Casey, don't you think that so much of music is about sexuality? I mean, I do. I think music is so sexual.
I can only speak to the things that I do with Shut Up and Pray, but I guess you have to look at sexuality as one of God's gifts.
Don't try to convert me.
It's not really
what
about
all you
conversion. I know, but that's what you think. But basically what I'm trying to say is that I don't think that these were
You all right?
when the Bible was written. So
Yeah, I'm just really sensitive to sound, and it's really loud in here. Sorry to be such a nuisance.
it's more about medical things.
Let's go outside a minute until you feel better.
It's about protecting.
No, that's okay. I'll be fine.
I think we're talking about the same thing. I don't think God's okay. Let's go. It's people. The general rules can still be followed. Take care, guys. The general rules can still be followed through all kinds of.
Thanks. You know, you have a really nice smile.
Can't take credit for it, really.
Meeting new people is always exciting. Don't you think? Because then later you can remember your first impressions and laugh at them.
No, mine are usually right on.
Yeah, right.
Seriously.
Okay. What was your first impression of me?
Well, first I remember was back in there. You really seem to enjoy your burger.
Good. Very perceptive. I always make it a point to eat something when other people do. Somehow having the rule lets me enjoy it.
I knew a girl in high school who was anorexic. Didn't have her period for 3 years. She was in the hospital.
Yeah, well, that's why my parents wouldn't let me go away to college. This is the first time I've been away, actually. But I mean, it would had to have been a disaster. I actually ended up homeless.
So what brought you here?
I don't know. Looking for something, I guess.
Yeah? What's that?
Happiness. What else? How about you?
A happiness that forgets nothing. It's a quotation.
you call it? I mean, I don't know what I would call it, but I think they would need to change the word sin. It just seems, makes it all seem really simple, you know what I mean? I don't like, sin is weird. It's weird.
They.
I guess they would be. Hello.
Women's bathroom's broken.
What's up?
I figured it out.
What? The office?
I don't believe it. It's not that complicated.
Yeah, but it's a guess, right? I mean, you don't know for sure.
Listen, theories can't be proven, only disproven.
Okay, so.
So, certain kinds of information come into the office through the mail. The department headings just let us know what kind. Every department has its own set of rules. The documents are filtered, changed, passed on to other departments, sent back out of the office, filed or destroyed. All according to the rules.
So it's like a processing plant for information.
No, it's like a computer.
If you have to use an analogy, try to avoid being so reductionist.
It is, John.
Actually reminds me of this thing I heard of once called the Chinese room.
What is that?
It's the name of a thought experiment.
A what?
Right. Yeah, it's like a situation you imagine, so you can test a theory just using logic. And in this thought experiment, there's a room. It's got two openings, one for things going in, one for out. There's a person sitting inside, and someone passes in notes written in Chinese. The guy inside has to pass out Chinese responses that make sense, but he doesn't know Chinese. He has to use all these books. Oh yeah, the place is full of books that have rules, like when you see this one letter, write this other one unless the first one was next to this third letter and there are 3 spaces, you get it. No translation or explanation, just rules. But when messages come back out of the room, they make sense. The point is, this guy doesn't need to understand what's going on. In fact, he can't. It's impossible.
So what's it mean?
It means that if you follow the rules somebody gives you, you're just a part of the machine. I just keep imagining this stupid fucking asshole stuck in a room full of books forever. He's gotta stop following those rules, even if he doesn't understand what they mean. You have to think about yourself, or you're just part of that room. He's gotta get up, break out of the room, steal those books, and sell them.
Hello? 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 Who is this? There's a payphone on the east side of 7th, just south of Collins. It rings every night at 10 p.m. It will ring. It will ring until you answer.
Hello?
John? It's Eva. I'm really, really sorry to bother you. I'm just having a really, really bad night.
What's wrong?
I just needed to talk to someone. I'm sorry. The nights are the worst.
What do you mean?
I can't stop thinking about time. And I can't make sense of it anymore. You know, how long is a night? If you don't use the words we use. Hours, minutes, seconds. But you can't not. Oh, a night, the time it takes for the sun to go around the other side. But how long is that? You have to say hours or minutes. Those words are like the floor of everything. But if they change for you, or lose their meaning, then you're just adrift. Like in that movie, where the guy in space slips off his ship and just floats away forever. But it's just endless time with no measurements. Maybe it's just standing still. But I can't think about that. Look, I'm sorry. You don't have to listen. Just don't go away, please.
Nothing helps.
When I started eating again, I used to take these pills. Antidepressants. But when I went off of them, I was so afraid of not being able to stay better. It got so bad that I started to be afraid of being afraid.
So maybe you should take the meds again.
What, you think I'm that person? I'd be nothing. I'd be less than nothing. Look, sometimes you just know things. And I know if I went back there, and I started taking those pills, someday, maybe 10 years, maybe 20, I don't know, but I'd die from it.
Well, I would take the meds again. You know and I know that dying isn't the worst thing that can happen to someone. There's nothing more to say, really. I don't want you to understand that. suddenly becomes a lot easier to choose happiness. Right?
Sure. Shit. Give us a moment, would you? I apologize.
So you a cop or what? All right. Then tell me what's going on in the office. I have a right to know what we're doing in there. Do you work?
Look, I ask the questions here. I don't answer them. Got it?
Yeah, all right. Those are the rules. I'll play. But I'm not in your little team. Got it?
Bouchard's then.
Not yet.
All right. So do you want to fill me in, or is it going to be more that vague shit, like where you've been, what you've seen?
Oh, you want to know about my life? No mystery. I had to find myself.
I need to know why you're running. Why you won't use your social.
Well, my family's trying to find me. They've got money, connections, and I'm not rich.
I think you've been honest with me so far, but I have to wonder, why are you watching me? Did Bouchard send you?
No.
So?
Well, I thought I could do some good if I got involved. I thought maybe you might be getting ready to knock the place over. I mean, there's got to be a lot of payroll and petty cash in there somewhere. What I mean is, I was wondering what it would be worth to you for me, if I could forget about all this. The car, that guy.
Believe me, it'd be worth quite a bit to both of us. John, do you know what I call a detective's greatest and most unfulfilled fantasy?
To always get your man?
No. To threaten with impunity, without limit. To have your subject isolated, helpless, untraceable. The world's never so gratifying. Well, never may be too pessimistic. So should I ask again?
No.
Have any reason to believe you'll go back on any arrangement we come to?
No, Garrett, I don't expect you to.
You don't even know why yet.
Here it comes.
Does the name Alan Wallace mean anything to you, John? Alan Wallace. Voorheesville? Voorheesville, New York. Come on, John. Surely you remember.
Listen.
I know everything I need to know. I want you working for me.
So deal me in already.
There's nothing to really tell. We're investigating the office, obviously.
Yeah, so what's the score?
We don't know.
Oh, come on.
We really don't know. We can't figure out what the office exists for. All leases, purchases, everything paid for in cash. Through a series of trusts. Office manages brokers, unusually high volume of low-level investments. All legit, nothing unusual. But the thing is, from what we can tell, deposits just about equal disbursements for a net close to zero.
Wait a minute, what? Net profits are zero. For how many months?
Decades.
What? This is a non-profit?
No, it's a privately held company.
Well, that's how it's filed.
That's right.
No public trading?
Nope.
Does it issue any phantom stock, anything to indicate a bottom line of any kind?
No, what we know about its revenue is from tax records. And they show
It makes no money.
it lost about $800-something last year. But it rarely lost that much or taken in more than a few hundred a year.
It makes just enough to keep going. So what's the real purpose?
Exactly. We've tried investigating under the modes of organized crime task forces, anti-terrorism task forces, anything. But the problem is, the profits are so small, we can't get any funding or manpower to really crack at it.
No, but you've been inside. You know who's in charge. You've seen
all I got, John. Do you understand any of it? Any of it fit together?
No.
Listen, we can't search the place without probable cause, right? We can't go in unless we see an act of crime in progress. Or someone invites us in. And even then, any evidence we obtain may be inadmissible for any number of reasons. Why do you think Bouchard doesn't allow phones inside? Because he can make the case that no one ever called the cops if they knocked the door down.
They, not you?
Does Bouchard trust you?
I think so.
All right. I always have this on me. I got a guy outside during working hours. He can be in 45 seconds. All I gotta do is press and hold the one button. Listen, John, I don't know how dangerous this place is, but in my line of work, we don't like to take any chances.
Mika takes off her shoes every night after work. It's like watching Mr. Rogers. Usually I get the feeling that someone else is there, but I've never actually seen anyone. And right now, she's reading Noam Chomsky.
Well, that's illuminating.
Casey.
How's his band doing?
Oh, they broke up. I think they took his amp, too. Here's Ava. I figure she sleeps maybe 12, 14 hours a night on average. I think she's depressed.
Well, that's practically good news. Depressed people tend to be very trustworthy. I wonder what she thinks of me and that little depressed mind.
Well, I'll let you know how she's doing.
I still think Mika's the one to watch. Who's left? The slow guy, Garrett.
Yeah, Garrett.
Finder's just the beer.
They're both for me.
We got some work to do.
Yeah, no. I can't stay long.
Yeah, let's get started now. Requesting that back issues of the American Journal of Molecular Biology be ordered for a library in the Russell Senate Building, Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I had a letter too. An amicus briefing filed with the Circuit Court of Appeals in California. Real estate transfers as gifts to non-human entities, specifically pets, dogs and cats. Case still pending.
Licensing contract for the copyrighted faces of Korean children's characters for the purposes of manufacturing collectible figures. They seem to be friendly robots.
Name given, Donald Bouchard. Address, same as the office.
As usual. What else?
We've established a grant that funds research on the economics of genetically modified legumes.
Finally, more risk assessment and cost analysis reports. Hundreds, like every day.
What do you do with them?
Organize them according to the results, and I pass them on to Ava.
Yeah, I know. Hey, do you have a light?
No, man. I don't smoke.
Ahoy! You got a light?
Brother, I've been
people like
shot.
me,
I've never
please.
been scared until I had to shoot someone else.
Anyway,
I realize how easy it
really
is.
adds
You
up
don't even
to
know
something.
what the hell you're saying.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, I can admit that something's beyond my reach, you know, beyond human reach. Do you hear shit, I can't get drunk like this.
Why not?
You know.
No, I don't. I barely know you.
Do you see a name, or I can't imagine what you must think of a guy like me. What time is it? I'm supposed to meet Ava like 2 hours ago. What the fuck are we?
I don't know.
Where are we?
I heard
Do
you.
see a name, or
No.
where are we? Is, oh, Christ. Let's get out of here, man. Come on. No.
John! John! God damn it.
I'm sorry, I got lost and I couldn't
Oh,
find the
yeah, well, I
place.
came home eventually.
I woke
you
you
got
up.
lost
I'm sorry.
for
And,
3 hours?
It was pretty far away. It's just that,
You asshole. And it's not just that. Where were the others calling you for? I really needed to.
wait, I don't remember promising whenever you...
You know I need you sometimes. You think I like it?
You could make it easier to deal with if you tried to help yourself a little.
What? What?
If you go sliding off the edge, it can only be one person's fault.
What the fuck do you know about it? I can't believe
I
you.
do know. I took intro psych. I live in the modern world. There's no stigma anymore, Ava. Maybe you don't understand what happens when people like you give up. Who's gonna find you, Ava? Who's gonna remember this conversation with 2020 I never took responsibility for your life. And I never pretended to. I can't believe you'd lay this on anyone. Especially me.
John, I don't think we're talking about the same thing here. I'm okay. I promise.
You are?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to help.
Okay. Do you want to spend the night?
No. This is supposed to fix a hangover.
John, I'm frustrated. In the arrangement we came to, the overtime pay you receive is implicitly linked to your success.
What?
These are the rules.
What do you mean?
Where are your results? You've captured nothing of import.
Well, maybe you should explain it all to me again.
Don't play dumb with me, Poppet. I'm not your mother. Tell me about Garrett. Who does he talk to?
Well, he's got a couple friends. Guy from his hallway comes over.
Does he ever disappear? Lose you while you're following him?
Nope, never.
Damn. The good ones never let you know they lost you.
Oh, now you're being paranoid.
You would be too, Junior. You know you're as useless as a shit shower. Why did I choose you? You know, I have been entrusted with something bigger than me. You don't understand that, and I know you don't care.
Well, I think people should remember what situations they put themselves in.
It's funny. I used to be like you. I used to think there was something smarter about being above it all, outside the messy stuff. But you can't be alive and not breathe somebody else's air.
Well, you're really sucking it up now, aren't you?
Here, take some more.
Where were you?
Settling some business.
Yeah?
What's it to you?
It's my job.
I was paying off a debt. He was going to be very unhappy if he didn't see me today.
Never figured you to get into anyone.
No, I didn't borrow from him. I worked for him. I lost a debt.
So it went on your tab.
Oh, afraid so.
Have you seen anything coming through the office with the name Universal Detective Agency?
No.
It's tangled up with Bouchard somehow. It's one in a maze of business entities connected to the office. But the thing is, most of them are trusts. And this one, I don't know. John, I can't responsibly keep you involved with what I'm doing here. I can't tell you to leave, but I can't talk to you about it anymore. I shouldn't have included you in the first place.
It's not your fault. So that's it? We're cool?
You're safe with me.
Thanks.
So that's it? Just walk away that easy?
Yeah.
John, I'm confused. Help me out here. That night in New York, it was raining, it was slick. Was it an accident? Or did you plan it?
I don't know.
Keep an eye for it. Universal Detective Agency.
you work in an office?
I do. I got your message.
What's your name?
What's yours?
How'd you come by your job?
Good luck, I guess. Look, on the tape you sent, I couldn't make
How
out
long have you worked there?
for a while now. What do you know about the office? What's Bouchard doing with the place?
Okay, listen. I'll tell you what I know, but I don't think it's gonna make you happy.
Let's not worry about happy.
Before I answer any questions, you do something for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a list of 4 names. You got a pen?
Yeah. Hold on. Okay, go.
Philip Church, Mark Steinberg, Maureen Tate, Anya Arliss. Anya with a Y, 2 S's in Arliss.
Okay.
I want you to find them. You find out where those people are. We'll talk from there.
Where do I reach you?
No, I reach you. Same phone, same time. Answer the first day you can.
All right. Look, same time, fine, but different phone. This one's too far out of my way.
Suit yourself.
There's one near 11 on the south side of Herborn. It's discreet. You can get the number there?
Yeah, fine.
All right. Out.
What you got?
See what you make of this.
What is it?
You tell me.
What?
You tell me what it is.
You listen to me.
Do I pay people to barge into my office?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because you can keep your fucking money and choke on it, you son of a bitch.
Oh, John.
Why did I just sit outside a girl's apartment and watch her self-destruct?
What, is that the first line of a joke?
Why was I watching her through a window?
Shh.
Your fucking office, got it? Look, I need to know what we're doing here.
Why, John? I thought you work wherever the cash is.
I need to know why I let her go.
Let her go. Has something happened to Ava?
Yeah. She's gone.
If you let her down, it's only one person's fault. You stink of weakness. Do you hear me, John? You reek of failures, past and future.
You're inhuman.
No, John. I'm a human animal. That's what humans are. Weak and smart. Top and bottom of the food chain. Simultaneous. And the first step to getting smart is knowing your other side. The side of you that gets eaten at your whole life. So start by telling yourself, she shouldn't have trusted me. Even repeat it a couple of times. It'll make it easier.
Repeat it.
She shouldn't have trusted me.
Why?
Because it's not the end of the world to do something terrible. Have a seat. You don't pass any real tests by succeeding. You pass by surviving. How do you think I got this job? I passed a test. Someday you'll see this whole thing with Ava as a test too. But you can't disavow the choice you made. It's who you are. You have to be able to say, I did something terrible, or you'll never survive.
I did something terrible.
There you go.
You think I don't know what you're doing, you fucking snake? I can't judge my choice until I know what I choose.
You're still not getting it.
Yeah, what is it? What is this place? What are we doing here?
I can't tell you that.
I'll walk out of here and fucking broadcast. Someone will listen.
I would definitely not do that, John. You can't assume that there aren't other purposes outside of us. A job like mine, there are matters for us to concern ourselves with, and there are matters for us not to. What's important for people like you and me, John, is understanding the rules that govern our purposes.
So you want to tell me you're not in control here? Bullshit. You missed your chance.
John, do you know what this list means? Where the hell did you get this? These 4 people, they're all involved in a multiple homicide investigation as victims. Where'd you get the list, John?
I wrote it down.
What? John, are you hearing this shit?
What happened to these people?
You know I can't. The autopsies have given the ME a serious case of acid, respiratory failure, some type of blood poisoning. Only he can't determine which was the cause of death, which one caused the other, or what. Highly unusual. Don't ask me for anything else. It's not even my investigation.
Well, then why is it you that's asking me?
Because, John, the name that keeps coming up in the murder investigation is Universal Detective Agency.
Involved with the office?
Yeah. Okay, you're awake now.
Yeah, but I need to know more.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Jesus. All right, tell me this. Were you given any other names?
Why?
A 5th name. A woman's name.
No, cut the bullshit, Garrett. What are you after?
These 4 people, they're all dead. There's one more missing and presumed dead. Stephanie Getz.
One more what?
We think they were employees. Bouchard's employees. What's this?
Something I picked out of the mail yesterday.
In the office?
Yeah, it's a recording of some woman's voice.
Who is she?
Tape's kind of hard to make out. It's garbled. I think it's damaged or something. I was thinking maybe your labs could decode the rest.
The names are on here?
No. She gave them to me on the phone.
Well, what did she say?
No, she just hung up.
Why the fuck didn't you let me talk to her?
Look, man, I didn't...
Shit! Listen to me. If there's anything about this that's in any way at variance with what you've told me, so help me, I'll sink you so deep, John. Where are you, John? There are murders happening. Taking this shit out of the office. Don't do it again. Who knows what brought this shit down on these poor souls? Fucking scare me, man.
Hey, you remember Mika's idea about that Chinese room thing? What if she was wrong? What if there's more in the room than she sees? More than anyone can see? I mean, even if the person inside doesn't understand the messages, there could still be understanding happening, right? Right?
John, it's an office with pieces of paper moving to and fro. They're moved by people, subject to state and federal law. What they're doing is either a crime or it isn't. These 4 people, damned if any understanding they ever had wasn't coughed out with their last breath. Get your priorities straight, man.
You know, listen, what you said about me before, about Ava, you were right.
Save it. I understand. You have issues with the girl. That's fine.
I want to keep working.
John, the only thing you can't apologize for is permanently ruining somebody else's life. But don't push me again.
Yeah.
I have to take some papers to Mika. Sit here for a few moments.
A meeting with the Universal Agency? I don't like the sound of this. Bouchard doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, that's why we gotta move on this one.
We? No, not this time. I got a bad feeling about this.
I'll go alone then.
Don't do it, John. Don't go there.
Stephanie, right?
Keep your voice down. God, I had to get a dumb one.
I'm here to hold up my end.
Did you find out about the rest of them?
They're dead. Hello? Hello?
All of them?
Yeah. Yes. You want to tell me what happened?
All of them? Definitely?
Yes. What else can you tell me?
Nothing.
I need to know what you know.
We work for Bouchard, his office. Eventually, we started to get curious. We wanted to know what we were doing. It was stupid. We started to get information, tried to piece it together, took bigger and bigger risks. Bouchard must have found out. One night, men came. One of us, a sweet boy, he called as they were coming through his door. He just said, "Get out, they're coming for us." By then I knew how far Bouchard could reach, or his resources anyway. I used to wonder how he could be so paranoid.
Listen, is it possible that it wasn't Bouchard that he didn't send these guys?
Yes. No.
Well, couldn't you have done something against them? I mean, against the office? Good information.
We had all the information you could ever want. Altogether, it meant nothing. The further you go, the more it's just rules. At the end, it's just a big book. Pages and pages of rules. I saw it.
What the hell do I do now?
Nothing. Don't do anything. Look at me. I killed myself. I guess that place wasn't so different from the rest of the world. I don't understand either one of them.
What?
John!
Jesus, I've been calling you for hours.
Where should I be?
Oak Hill, half an hour.
What's up?
John.
Yeah?
John, I had to cancel a meeting this evening and rescheduled for tomorrow night. I want to show these people some of your footage. Can you bring it with you tomorrow?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, John. See you tomorrow.
I used that tape to subpoena the phone records at Universal Detective. There were 2 calls made a week after we started working here. To a payphone in Voorheesville, New York. And there were 2 calls made to the town where I'm supposed to be from. Where my alias is from. And listen to this, John. There have been 5 calls made to Voorheesville in the last 3 weeks. And 3 in the last 5 days. Are you understanding any of this?
Yeah.
Shit. You said Bouchard rescheduled the meeting?
Yeah.
All right. I'm sending my men in. It's over for you. Show up to work tomorrow and act normal. It's getting serious now, John. Act normal. John. Come here. Don't go up there.
Or what happened?
My men didn't come back from the meeting last night.
What?
It's been almost 12 hours. Get out of here, okay? It's over for you.
Okay.
Bouchard is on to you, but we've no reason to believe he'd suspect me. I'm going up to see what's happening. Okay? Go somewhere no one knows you. Don't go home. Don't go anywhere they could find you. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Althea Wallace, please. It's Alan. I'm sorry, there's just no time. Does Victor Malvo still work for Dad? Does Victor still work for Dad? Call him now. Tell him to get over to the house as soon as possible. He's to lock everything down and stay with you. Do you understand me? Call Victor. Do it now. Do you understand? I'm sorry.
Mika.
Garrett,
It's
shut
not
the
gonna
fuck
work.
up! Shut up!
Put the
Shut
knife
up!
down.
Bouchard,
Put it
where's
down.
the fucking
Casey,
money?
tell her to...
Stay
Mika,
the fuck there!
calm
You
down.
stay there!
We're
Shut
not
up!
doing this shit. This
You
is
stay
crazy.
down! You keep your eyes on the fucking photocopier!
Mika, what's taking so
Shut
long?
up!
Mika!
Shut up!
Come on.
Bouchard, where's the money?
Ben, I'm no problem, I promise.
Where's the goddamn money, Bouchard? You don't think I know what's going on in this office? Everything you fucking do is paid for in cash. There's a big bag in this fucking office. Shut up, Garrett!
I don't fucking know what
Shut
you're
up.
doing, man!
Shut up, Garrett! Shut up! If he moves, let him have it!
You hear me? I'm no problem.
Shut the fuck up!
I can't stand here forever.
Shut up!
I have
Bouchard,
irritable
where's
syndrome. You know what that is? IBS, you understand?
Where's
You understand?
the goddamn money,
Look,
Bouchard?
I'm just
Where's
sweating.
the money?
I'm gonna get a bandana from my pocket, okay? Just slowly. No. Look, bandana.
Stop! Hey! If you call the cops, they'll get here in time to watch you bleed to death!
We are the cops. There are plainclothes officers outside this building right now, waiting for one of us to call them. Put down the knives.
Bullshit! This is all bullshit!
Yeah? Then fucking try something. You think a place like this can exist without us knowing about it? No. You've all been under surveillance. I've watched you, Mika. I've watched you take your shoes off after work. I saw you cut yourself on that knife wrapped in newspaper. Get it? So I'm gonna tell you this one more time. Drop the knives.
How the fuck am I supposed to know I won't get picked up outside?
Mika, all I care about right now is getting you out of here without someone dying. So you can take your chances out there, or you can wait here for my backup.
What the fuck? We gotta get out of here. Let's go.
Get the fuck out of here.
My God. We could have been killed.
Help him.
Good work. Good work, John.
We, huh?
John, I know you're not a cop.
We. Fuck that! Saying we like you wouldn't kill me if it suited you. I'm just another employee, right? Just like the last 5.
John,
Don't call me John. You don't call me anything.
Look, I was just doing
Who
what
decided that these people had to die, Bouchard? Was it you? I don't think so. Was it the Universal Detective Agency? I don't think so. So who was it? Who decided that these people had to die?
Only the right person can ask those questions. Look, I'll show you. You should see. These are the rules. All of them. Everything's here. The rules that make things happen. The rules that write other rules. The rules that got you hired. The rules that got me hired. It's all here. I know, you're asking how you could care enough. But you betray yourself by asking the question. I'll admit it. Before me there were others. But there were always these rules. These rules that they and I had to follow in order to be...
What? The voice reading them out? What does that mean to you?
It doesn't matter. The point is that I can do it. These stupid fucking questions, boy, you'll never survive. I can see it all over your face. You don't believe me, but I know you.
You don't know me! I know you. You know me. So what am I gonna do? Huh? What am I gonna do now? You know me so well? What am I gonna do? Say goodbye.
Casey? Getting an ambulance. Little punk, he wouldn't call a cop for me.
Doesn't look too bad.
Good. Because it feels like somebody stabbed me in the gut. But if you say so.
Well, I don't think it's going to affect your job performance much. I mean, you couldn't dodge that kitchen knife before.
Please, don't make me laugh.
I'm sorry.
John, stop, please. Stop right there. What you got is evidence. Oh, bastard.
Hello.
I knew you'd answer sooner or later.
How are you?
Resting comfortably. Thanks.
Good.
You should stop by sometime.
Oh, maybe.
We know about the book, John.
Yeah?
Yeah. So you have to turn it over.
Maybe I'm not finished reading it yet.
Please be reasonable. As a favor to me, I want to close this case. You have no idea the pressure I'm under.
I wish I could
It's a
help.
crime to withhold evidence, John.
So charge me.
Damn it. What in the hell do you want with that thing anyway? It's just evidence.
Oh, there are more things in heaven and earth, Garrett, than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
Shut up, John. You know I have to come after you.
Yeah.
With everything we got.
Oh, we, huh? Who exactly are we again?
Tell you what. Give me your address and I'll mail you an application. Make it easy on yourself, man. I won't stop until I've got you. I hope you hear that.
Yeah, I do. So does this mean we can't still be friends?
John. John?